Hey guys, Nathan here for the Dice Sanctuary at Hammer Time Hobbies. I'm here with Colin and Nick, and they're going to be playing 3,000 points of Warhammer 40k. Colin will be playing the
Blood Angels,
and Nick will be playing
Ultramarines.
It's Marines versus Marines, and the deployment and the mission are...
we're playing Hammer and Anvil deployment, and it's a simple purge of the alien. Kill each other as much as possible.
So, let's begin.
For my 3,000 points, I'm bringing the Aegis defense line with a quad gun. I'm bringing 5 Thunderhammer Terminators with a Sanguinary Priest and Terminator armor in the middle. I'm bringing 9 Scouts with sniper rifles and a locator beacon. My Warlord is Mephiston. I'm bringing a Devastator squad. They have multi-meltas today. I'm bringing the Furioso Dreadnought with a Heavy Flamer, Melt-A-Gun, and 2 Blood Talons in a drop pod that also has a Stormbolter and locator beacon. I'm bringing a 5-man assault squad with 1 Melta in a Razorback, which has the twin-link blast cannon today. 10 Death Company, no upgrades, just chainswords and bolt pistols. A 10-man assault squad, and they have 2 Meltas, and that's it, 2 Meltas. I'm bringing 9 Death Company with Asterath, and they're all jump packs, no upgrades on them. And then finally, my Librarian, he's going with a 6-man assault squad in a Land Raider. The Land Raider has the multi-Melta and the twin-link blast cannons, and this assault squad also has a Melta. And to top it off, I'm bringing the Storm Raven. As you see, it has twin-link plasma cannons, hurricane bolters, and a twin-link multi-Melta. For my army, all but the Terminators have the Red Thirst. So lots of Furious Charge and, yeah, extra attacks.
Playing the Ultramarines, and this is Assault Squad 1. 10-man squad. It's standard except for the Sergeant, who is not a veteran. Has Plasma Pistol and Power Sword. Moving along. Vanguard Squad, 9 15-point upgrades. Relic Blade on my Sergeant. And then we have, front up, we have my Thunderhammer Squad, 5. To its left, going back, we have my Tactical Squad with As You See. And then moving along to here, the other line, the right side, another Tactical Squad. And these are Stern Guard. This is my 3rd Tactical Squad, my 2nd Assault Squad, 2 Flamers, 1 Thunderhammer. Banner for fun, interesting note. And then I have a 5-man Lightning Squad with my Sergeant. Okay, and then backline. HQ of Marnius Calgar with retinue of Honor Guard, numbering 9. Then I have 4 heavy bolters, 4 las cannons, and 4 missile launchers equipped with flak. And then that's pretty much it. As for reserves, I'm digging in Blood Angels. I'm going to be using these as reserve. Typhoon, 3 squad, equipped with heavy bolters.
Alright, so for my Blood Angels deployment, there's not a whole lot for me to go out over here, or where to place. So I did the Aegis defense line in a little half circle here, staying behind it. Mephiston, he's hiding behind the Land Raider, because the Librarian's in there, so I'm sure everyone knows what's going to happen there. And then the Razorback with Assault Troops are over here. All guns are facing at those Thunderhammer Terminators first turn, because that's what I want to kill right off the start. So that mine, when they come in, won't really have much of a challenge. Reserves. Apart from these. In the Land Raider, in the Rhino. Reserve, 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 reserve. Infiltrators, so I still have to put them out.
Nick, I'll be standing in as Guided Chapter Master of the Ultramarines. This is Commissar Brandon. So far, my deployment, I'm digging in. I'm going to let the Blood Angels come to me, I think. He'll be using some deep strike options, but I think I've spread out enough that I can cover that, and I can defend that. What do you think, Brandon?
I think you've got a pretty good chance. With the drop pods, he's definitely going to get the Dreadnought dead center on something.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's one of your
attacks.
I'd say that's one of your biggest worries. But with the spread and your Meltas, I think we've got a good chance of defending Ultramar from these red fools.
These what do you call them? The Black Rage.
Yes.
No codex. It's bad fun.
He has a really good gun line, so I'm going to deep strike behind it. And just see what happens from there. I have a lot of reserves, a lot of las cannons, which are going to focus first turn on the models I really don't want to face in combat, such as his Thunderhammer Storm Shield, because they're in cover, but they have a 3-up invuln, so I might as well risk it. And then I'm just going to take apart his Devastators so they can't hurt my flyer when it comes in. And that's it. That's my game plan.
Okay, first turn Ultramarines. We had a little bit of a decision going here. I had my back row and I deployed incorrectly with one of them behind, so he wasn't able to fire. So basically, all that really happened was my 3 Devastator squads opened fire at the scout over there, dropping how many?
3.
Dropping 3 as they go to ground. And then the rest of the turn, I'm just hanging out. And that's Ultramarines turn 1.
We did manage to make the enemy Devastators go to ground, which is fine.
Thank you, Commissar.
So this was a horrible turn 1 for the Blood Angels. I moved my Land Raider up 6 inches and immobilized all my own defenses. So they're stuck. Everything else fired. Snap fired a whole lot of stuff. Due to his loadout and all the heavy weapons, I was cautious with my drop pod. Kind of not wanting to do that anymore, but oh well. Not a whole lot happened. I think I killed 2 guys. Yep. A las cannon and an honor guard. That's all I did. Turn 2, Ultramarines.
Ultramarines turn 2, so basically everything held position at the start of my turn for reserves. My Typhoon triple squad came in and opened fire on the Razorback, which, because of the wall save of 4, nothing happened. Basically just opened fire with my heavy weapons spreading between the scouts and the Razorback. So, and then, I just did a little bit of shuffling to fill out my ranks with my assault troops. And that was my turn.
Alright, so turn 2 for Blood Angels was uneventful. Only one of my reserves came in. They landed there, didn't scatter because of the locator beacon. Then they just ran up a bit. The Furiosa moved. He failed his charge by about 1.5 inches against the Assault Marines, which I really needed to happen. Other than that, everything shot at, well, 1 las cannon went down and 1 honor guard went down, same as last turn. And now it is Ultramarines turn 3.
Okay, well, this is turn 3. And so as a recap, took out the...
Furioso.
Thank you. The Furiosa was taken out with heavy firepower from my heavy squads.
Orbital bombardment helped.
Right, the orbital bombardment did some rear damage and took out
One guy.
one guy. Not as well as I wanted it to go, but it's full scatter, so you get it as it is.
Front line managed to pick off one scout,
Yeah, one scout.
and then
You blew up
thanks
first. You
to
blew
these
up.
land speeders, we managed to claim first blood and a kill point off the Razorback.
Yep.
It's 3-0 for the Ultramarines.
I'm dug in. I was expecting a faster assault of the Blood Angels, but because of Descent of Angels...
I forgot.
Exactly. He forgot his deployance, so I
Yeah.
think things are going to really heat up now, and we're going to see a lot of close combat and a lot of shooting. So, enjoy.
Blood Angels turn 3. All the rest of my reserves came in and they landed with the deep strikes. So Death Company into the far top of the board. They landed, that's where they scattered to, so they were safe there. And they fired the bolt pistols, killing one Marine, assault Marine. The rest over here with Mephiston move up. Nothing really happened there. My Terminators deep striked around the corner next to his Terminators. And then they ran, so hopefully there'll be some epic combat between Terminators there next turn. And the Storm Raven came in, riddled down the front unit of Tactical Marines, and blew up one of the land speeders. And that is all. Pretty uneventful turn, but we'll see what happens now.
The noose is tightening.
Yeah. Your line has to crumple.
Yeah, so Ultramarines turn 4, was it?
Yeah.
So basically what happened was kind of repositioned some troops as for the next assault phase coming up in next turn, my turn. What happened basically is I used most of these units here to pour firepower into the very venerable, very deadly Dreadnought
Hibernators.
technical armor, yeah. And then what else did I do? Pretty much got Astaroth the Grim, as I think he's called, into contact here. Used some Hammer of Wrath, and it worked out pretty well. You know, I'm not sure how that's going to turn off, because he's pretty deadly. So it's interesting playing these Blood Angels. And then I pivoted my Honor Guard squad up here, and I basically laid fire to the front row, taking them out. Heavy Bolters also helped the Blood Angels, so I just whittled away. And then I kind of moved up my Vanguard squad, not in combat yet, positioned as a middle position my tactical Dreadnought armor with equipment, and land speeders, did some shooting, and maybe the tactical little squad far right outside of the wall shot at some tactical squad at his back, and maybe took out 1 or 2 guys. So that's pretty much the turn.
Alright, so the Storm Raven switched into hover mode, came up, dropped off the Death Company. It unloaded into the land speeders and took them off for a kill point. The Death Company charged the Tactical Marines. Didn't lose a guy, but killed 7 of them. Nothing happened with the Terminators. And in the far corner, over here, far corner, Astrath took out Sergeant in a challenge, and Death Company, 2 died, but 1's still there. Over here, Mephiston finally entered the battle and killed 4 Tactical Marines and took 1 wound in return. And that is it. That was Blood Angel's turn 4.
Okay, so this is Ultramarine turn 5. Yeah. And basically what happened was I piled in a lot of my combat. Hammer of Wrath, took 1 out, remaining 1. His frontline squad of Death Watch was quite destructive, but overwhelmed it. He had some bad rolls. What was it, 5 out of 30?
Yeah,
5
out of 30.
wounds, and he has, he's up the yin-yang with a whole bunch of crazy strats. And then basically, Mephiston and Calgar were going to boogie, but basically we both swung at air. And I think overall I had a huge advantage. I didn't bring any tanks, my heavy firepower was there, but basically I dug in and I waited for him because I was counting on him to deep strike.